Hi everyone, this is Angelo Marini, your host again of the Anutra Vegan channel. And today we have a very special guest, Belsy Lomelli. That sounds like a song, doesn't it? And I like to sing too. Belsy, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Well, absolutely. Gee, I'm so excited. I remember a few months ago you invited me to go to your show.
Fitness show.
Your fitness show. And where was that at?
Well, one in Ormond Beach, and the other one was in Lake Brantley in Orlando.
Yeah, you invited me to the Ormond Beach one, I
Yes.
thought, yeah. And well, tell us about that. How did you prepare for it? And what got you, first of all, what made you get started in this bodybuilding?
Well, I've always worked out, done some kind of fitness, either volleyball, tennis, soccer when I was young. And going through school, I worked out. I've been working out with the same trainer for at least 14 years. Prior to that, I had a trainer as well. And now that my kids are all grown and I was done with school, I needed a new challenge. So I said, well, why not do bodybuilding and shows?
Well, that's fantastic. I saw some of your pictures. I was telling you about Richard. He did our show, Richard Sellers did our show, and he said, you got to have Belsy on the show. He said, she looks so great. Then I looked at the pictures. I said, my God, a movie star.
Yes, in the making.
You know, absolutely. Not in the making, probably made right here, right here.
Thank you.
But anyhow, I know that you had a trainer.
Yes.
And I know we were just talking about eating different types of foods. And it's amazing to me, Belsy, honest to God. I mean, I've been doing this a long time. And we just talked about, just a few moments ago, we talked about flax. We talked about almonds, specifically raw almonds and cooked almonds and almond milk and stuff like that. But just to talk about, the biggest thing that people like today is almonds. A lot of people don't even know that almonds have cyanide in it.
No, they don't.
And that they have to cook the almonds and get a lot of the cyanide out. But there's still a residue. Then the almond milks, they're not very nutritious at all.
But they don't realize that it's full of sugar.
Yeah, and there's no protein to it.
There's nothing to it.
I mean, it's just a big joke for the kids to buy that. Parents to buy that for their kids, that's kind of crazy.
But you see it, it's a craze. Now they got cashew milk, macadamia milk.
Yeah, it's all a joke.
So.
It really is a joke. I know years ago, in 1966, I was a world inventor of vegan type products. I was the first one to do that a long time ago, and we became the largest company in the United States and the world. Took the company public years ago, Galaxy Nutritional Foods. And I made the product out of amino acids from soy, rice, and oats. But what's going on today with all these nut milks and plant milks, not so much the plant milks, there are some good nutritious plant milks out there, made with pea protein, oat protein, and stuff like that. But most of them, boy oh boy, I look at them, especially the almond milks and some of the other nut milks, they're just no protein at all whatsoever, no nutrition. But we started to talk about flax. A lot of people take flax because the omega-3.
A lot of bodybuilders take flax.
A lot of bodybuilders, yeah.
They're like into it. I'm like.
Maybe that's why a lot of bodybuilders are they kind of go crazy after a while. Not really. I'm just joking about it. But I admire them. A good friend of mine became Mr. Universe years ago. And he started this long time ago. He was fantastic. But anyhow, now talking about flax, a lot of people don't know that flax is on the poison plant list throughout the world, okay? Flax is not even generally regarded as safe in the United States. What that means is grass means that you can use the product as a food, manufacturers could use it as a food, and it's legal, so to speak. And it's not FDA approved, because when the FDA approves something, that means that if something goes wrong, you can actually maybe sue the government. But if it's grass, you can't sue the government. You can sue the company that hurt you. Okay, but here's the thing about flax. Flax contains cyanide. Okay, 60 milligrams of cyanide, like we talked earlier, will kill a person. And each ounce of flax, you can get flax, an ounce of flax out there has 11 milligrams of cyanide per ounce. So if you sit down, if you're a woman, you're told to go out there and get omega-3s, because flax has a lot of omega-3, okay? Also has a lot of lignans, which they're phytoestrogens, weren't good for dating and genistein, which is bad for you. It causes angiogenesis if you have cancer or something like that. It's really, really bad. Breast cancer is bad for women. But anyhow, people go out there and they're told that they need omega-3s for whatever reason, especially pregnant women. They know that the fetus is going to be eating up a lot of the omega-3s that's necessary for cell division, because you need to make cells. And that baby there is making a lot of cells, okay? And you got to make 1.2 million cells a day. Then you got to make it for the baby also. Then the baby's got to make it, and it's taking nutrition out of you. So the doctors, pediatricians will tell you, okay, look, all doctors will tell you when you get pregnant, you need a lot of omega-3s. So what do women do? They run out, of course. They want to do the best thing for their babies. They run out and they take the flax, and all of a sudden they say, oh my God, I got a thyroid. I've had so many people call me, especially women after pregnancies and stuff like that. And it causes birth defects because it's a thyroid interrupter. And it's a vitamin B interrupter, just in small amounts. And if your vitamin B doesn't work, not all your vitamins work.
Yeah,
Okay.
they also make you stop it if you're going to have surgery, if you take the omega-3s.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, they make you stop all supplements, and mainly the omega-3s,
Yeah,
because they think it causes bleeding. So.
right. It'll thin out your blood, exactly
Mm-hmm.
right. But the bottom line is, no one should take flax for any reason. And be careful when you eat almonds. And especially if you like raw almonds, don't do it, period. Now, when I roast almonds, they kill a lot of the cyanide. I don't want no cyanide in my body, okay? Because it just takes a little spark to cause a problem. So, almonds are great. I guess you can eat them in moderation. But yeah, pecans are great, walnuts are great, pistachio nuts are great, and stuff like that. So who needs an almond?
But I think pecans are taking the front stage now. Everyone is endorsing pecans now.
Yeah,
And around the gym, they're now.
people are realizing that.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
switching to pecans and
Wow.
but
I think I'm going to come out with a milk and call it perfect milk from the perfect peacock.
well, I got peacocks across the street from me, so
Peacocks, really,
yes.
they're beautiful, but they're mean.
Yeah, they are.
Peacocks, I remember years ago, I used to take music lessons, and we used to go out and try to play with the peacocks, and they would chase us up a tree.
Yes.
They would chase us up a tree, but we loved it.
And they're mean and loud.
Yeah, they're mean and loud, they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we're talking about flax and the deleterious effects of cyanide and stuff like that. But anyhow, you were in a contest. I remember not too long ago, I gave you a bottle of Anutra.
3.
3.
Yes.
Wow. So
I took 3.
You really impressed. I gave her 3. My God, 1, 2, that's a lot. 3 is usually meaningful. Okay. But anyhow, I know that you've done very, very well. And maybe you can talk about what it's done for you. But before she does that, I'm going to talk a little bit about Anutra Supergrain. Anutra is a new cultivar, and that's what this show's about, basically. It's about making healthier cells and making a healthier you. You need clean air, you need clean water, you need good food. And you have to think right, too. You have to be, I like to tell people to pray before they eat. When you pray, your brain just lights up and it gets all your cells, all your electrical energy, because basically matter only matters if you have electrical energy. Okay? And we get that from above. We get the electrical energy, you put the matter together, okay, in different sizes and shapes and chemistry and physics and all these different things. But when you pray, your brain gets your electrical energy, your whole brain. If you look at it under a PET scan or something like that, you'll see your brain just lights up. So that's why people that meditate do better in life. People that pray do the best. But in any event, the Anutra, Anutra Supergrain, is the highest and safest natural source of omega-3 and omega-6, the only 2 essential fatty acids. And I'm all about being healthy. And how do you make yourself healthy? Well, you need the healthiest food. And Anutra is the world's healthiest whole food. Why is it like that? Well, it's the highest and safest natural source of omega-3, omega-6, omega-9, which lowers your cholesterol. It has no sugar, okay? It lowers your glycemic index, has the same protein as you'll get from meat, fish, etc. Has all the essential amino acids, okay, that you need. Cysteine, methionine, histamine, homocysteine, I should say.
You also gave me chocolate.
And I gave you some chocolate, yeah.
And
I
it
gave her a
was-
chocolate bar that has 10 servings of fruits and vegetables, and it also has a full serving, 1,600 milligrams of omega-3. Anyhow, this show is about that. It's about making healthy cells. When you make healthy cells, you need a complete amino acid, okay, all the amino acids, which Anutra is, and you need a complete set of omega-3s that we have. Omega-3s, essential fatty acids, omega-3 and omega-6. When you put those two together, you make a strong, healthy, more resilient cell. It's analogous to an unhealthy cell being like a bowling ball going through your body. You know, a cell has to turn and twist and be resilient. Like when babies are born, they're like bouncing babies, you know, girls and boys, because they have the healthiest cells. They haven't been contaminated in any way, shape, or form, because it takes all the omega-3s from the mother. If the mother doesn't get it, it'll just take care of everything, and it won't be a healthy baby. But that's what the show's about. It's about making the healthiest cells so you live a longer life. And unhealthy cells produce 50 to 7% of all the diseases in the United States. The United States used to be number one after the Second World War on life expectancy. Now we're ranked about 43rd, okay? And 1 out of 3 people born after the year 2000 is going to get type 2 diabetes, okay? And Anutra just prevents all that. All they got to do, people have to get, and my mission is to tell you that you need 2 tablespoons, okay, of Anutra Super Grain per day, which is very inexpensive to take. It costs about, be anywhere between 30 and 60 cents a day to take it. And that'll fortify your life, making the healthiest possible cells. And your chances of diabetes, osteoporosis, cancer, heart disease, etc., goes way, 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 way down. It drops by over 50%. Plus, it helps you lose weight. Causes satiety, phytotryptophan. You're not hungry. You can take 5 capsules a day with water, a little bit of lemon in the morning, and you won't be hungry till 2 or 3 o'clock. And if you do get hungry, you can take all of that you want to eat, because it's registered, this product is registered as a regular food. So you can actually live on it. You can have water and a Anutra Super Grain, and you can live a perfectly healthy life. You're not going to like it. You want to eat more things. But you can eat anything you want to eat. It's in my new book called the Nutrisizing Diet. But that's on my website. But let's talk about you now.
It also regulates you.
Oh my gracious, yeah. I'll never forget when I got, I'm an older guy, and the older you get, the harder it is to regulate yourself. But I got this call from a guy who won the Nobel Prize. I talk about it on most of my shows, Dr. Borlaug. I went to the University of Toronto. He had a seminar up there for me. And I'm a busy guy and running around, wasn't eating exactly the way I should, even though I've been in the health food business all my life. But one of the major motivational factors was the fact that, once I started taking, once I developed a new cultivar and got a patent on it and everything else, one thing that was so great, regulation, forget about that problem, it just goes away. And that's, digestion's everything. You can't digest your food right. For example, when you digest this product, the reason why you don't get hungry, because your intestines, your small intestines are, you string them out, they're about 20 feet long. Your colon's about 5 feet long, okay? If you just take a hamburger, a slice of bread, simple carbohydrate, you digest that in about 2 to 4 feet, it takes about 20 minutes, okay? Then all of a sudden, your brain says, hey, I'm hungry again, because of the insulin loads and stuff like that, okay? So you go out and say, I need another hamburger, I need some more french fries, I need that milkshake, and stuff like that. But when you take a Anutra Super Grain, it takes 15 to 18 feet. Instead of 20 minutes to digest, it takes right around 2 hours. So it lowers your postprandial insulin loads and stuff like that. It goes down. Your glycemic index goes down. So, as far as digestion is concerned, it does a lot of things.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, well, thank you.
I have taken everything under the sun to help me go to the bathroom, and I don't take anything but this. Your
Well, thank you, Belsy. That's great to hear that. Yeah,
And
I'm glad.
I had 3 bottles, enough to get me through my competition to get ready, because it's 12 weeks.
She came in second place, by the way. And next time, and she should have come in first place, but next time she will come in first place.
We're going for first this
You're
next
gonna go first
competition.
next time. Absolutely. Belsy's a professional. Belsy, why don't you talk about what you do? I mean, she's a very knowledgeable person, and she has a very important job.
I do. I'm a nurse first, and I've been a nurse for, God only knows, forever, 1997.
Wow.
And then I went to school to be a nurse practitioner, and I still practice both. During the week, I'm a nurse practitioner, and on the weekends, I function as an RN, so I can stay humble.
Okay.
And I work at the hospital, so I see a lot of people with gut problems, and I want to give them a bottle of your pills. I say, you got to get this. This is the best.
Right.
And because they helped me, I saw a difference when I started the training for this competition, where I'm restricted of what I eat. I can't go out hamburger. But your omega-3s, it's just, I don't know, they say I'm super energetic, where they want to take the pills away from me, my friends.
She's too energetic.
I have too much energy. And I function, and I did what you told me. It says if I get hungry and it wasn't my time to eat, I would take 2 more instead of
With a glass of water.
Right,
Yeah.
and I take mine in the mornings after my first meal. So
Yeah.
I wait about a half hour, and then I take them, and I go all day. And they also, like I said, it's a miracle drug for regulating you.
We were just talking about it. I'm going on 77 years old, and I'm very energetic. I don't think I've slowed down too much at all. But, I get the hunger pain. At night, I love popcorn. If I ate popcorn every day, I'd probably be another 20 pounds. But what I do is I say, okay, I'm going to go to my pills. Now I get my pills, I drink a half a glass of water, in 10 minutes, boom. I don't have the hunger pains. And that's fantastic, dear. That's fantastic, dear. Now, she's a nurse practitioner. That's a big deal. A lot of people don't know what that is, but she prescribes medicine. So, she's humble. But that's a big, big responsibility. She does the job of a doctor. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Mm-hmm. As far as meaning,
You're able to prescribe medicine.
I do. It's kind of sad, because everybody wants a pill to get better,
Mm-hmm.
and most of the time I feel you don't need this. If you just change the way you eat and your outlook in life, you probably won't need any of these medications. But we're in a society nowadays where everybody wants a pill to fix everything.
Yeah.
So trying to get people to get off that mentality is really hard. And even to get people to do anything better for them, they all say, oh, I want to look like you. What do you do? Well, you got to get off the salt. You got to get off the sugar. You got to stop eating this, and you have to exercise. You don't need a membership. Buy some good tennis shoes and good sports bra and hit the pavement.
I agree with that 100%. I think people do a lot of things. They waste a lot of money. My son's a clinical pharmacist. He's a doctor. You know him well.
Yes,
He
I
works at
consult him
he works
a
at
lot of
Advent.
times when I
Yeah.
have questions about meds.
Yeah, okay. And he works at Advent Health,
Yes.
okay, which
like
is
me.
like you. It's a fantastic hospital group, and I support Advent Health, and they support vegetarianism.
Yes,
They're
they
one
do.
of the biggest in the world. And if you're not feeling well and you want fixed, I recommend that as one of the best places in the world to go to. I mean that sincerely. I mean that. I know the people there. I know they talk about, they don't want to give you a lot of pills. They want you to eat well. They want you to think well. It's a Christian organization, Seventh-day Adventist, And they're just a fantastic group for anybody. I don't care if you're Christian, Jew, Muslim, whatever. But if you want great health care, go there. They got the greatest doctors and people like Belsy there. And remember where they're coming from. What you just said a minute ago. Basically, food can be your medicine. I mean, my son tells me all the time. I'm very proud of my son. And I talked to, the last guy that did our show, Richard Sellers. And he's a research scientist, basically. And he tells me all the time. He says, and he says, 85% of the drugs, people don't really need. Like Belsy said, life isn't that complex. I mean, people lived years ago. You go back thousands of years. Some societies, they lived to 100, 110, 120. They did. They really did. Because they had great air, okay? They had great food. They had a society that was calm. And they were together in their mind. Today, one thing that happens that we don't realize a lot, but it's very, very determining as to your health, your mental health, and your physical health. If you go back just 45 years, you got about 300 impressions a day. You drove a car, you saw a stop sign, you went home, you read the magazine, you read the newspaper.
Social media, popping, blasting with...
Yeah, and now, you know what you're getting? You're getting 30,000 a day. Mm-hmm. So your brain is, wow, I mean, you see this, you see that. And now with the cell phones and stuff like that, which are miraculous, they do so many great things. And now with 5G, you can do operations. If you're a great surgeon at Advent Health, you can operate on somebody in Timbuktu, Africa, India, California, Canada.
For example, I see people via telemedicine. I see people on the phone on their cars. Wow. They log in and treating them while they're driving on I-4.
I mean, it's a miracle.
Yes, it's a good thing, but it's also misused. My daughter, she's 25. She just started working out. It's only been 2 weeks, and of course, we changed her diet, which she knows from me that I've been doing it for years. Mm-hmm. But of course, she didn't listen to me. But she actually told me, I said, oh my God, Mom, I have so much energy now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because, she knocked out all the sugars, all the alcohol, especially beer. And yeah. I spent the entire day with her yesterday, and she told me, oh my God, I just feel so much better, less bloated. I'm not sluggish. And I used to tell her, what's wrong with you? I'm older than you and I can run a marathon.
Yeah. Well, what you're talking about, that's what we said earlier. It's not hard. It's not complex to be healthy. It really isn't. You just have to make choices. That's the deal. Choices in life. You're a free being. Now, God made us free. Good choices and bad choices. I know I used to drink a lot of wine. I loved it. I still like it. I stopped drinking because if I want to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm not having it against drinking anything. You can drink wine, beer, hard liquor, that's your business. And I think in moderation, there's not much wrong with it at all. Matter of fact, it makes the high density lipoproteins in your system that cleans out the bad cholesterol. There's only a few ways that you can make high density lipoproteins. And drinking alcohol is one of them. Exercising is another one. Okay, eating Anutra is another one. And then they say statin drugs. I know too much about statin drugs. And I say stay away from statin drugs. But anyhow, diet is just about everything. And it's not hard if you have the right information. And that's the purpose of this show. And I've been in the health food business all my life, over 50 years. And now we have the FDA, the USDA, the World Health Organization, everybody's saying that a Anutra Supergrain is the world's healthiest whole food, and you don't need a lot. 2 tablespoons a day in water, drink it down, that's all you need. Or take some pills and that's it. But Belsy, you've talked about a lot of things here, and you're a very, very knowledgeable woman. And look how beautiful she is. And you should see her pictures. I know she didn't bring any to this show, but maybe I can put them online if you allow us to do it.
Sure.
Can we do that?
Yes, I'll allow you to
Okay,
put
great.
them.
But I saw her pictures, and I'll tell you what, where do you see this lady? posing. But do you see this? She's really something. Anyhow, Anutra, I can talk all day about Anutra, but I don't want this just to be a commercial. But if you learn anything from this, you need healthier cells, which you could make tomorrow morning. It's the only diet that you can take 2 tablespoons in water, put it in your smoothie, whatever, and the next day 1% of your cells are correct, the way they're supposed to be, stronger, smoother, more elastic. In 3 days, you're going to have more energy. In 90 days, that's what it takes to make all your cells over again, outside of some stem cells in your body, because you have about 7 to 10 trillion cells in your body, okay? So you're basically a new you in 90 days. So you just take this for 90 days, all right, bingo. You're going to be a much healthier person. But
you also have to be careful with the keto diet too. That's not a healthy diet, and it's popular now.
Just too much protein. Yeah.
It's fats.
Yeah.
And I had a pre-cholesterol panel done before I started keto, going into this competition in the beginning of the year, and I was miserable. I was like, this isn't right. And then I finally, after 6 weeks, I got off of it because I couldn't handle it. And then I did a blood test.
It's a lot of fat and protein.
A lot of fat and proteins. And my cholesterol was over 300, and my doctor freaked out. I was like, oh. So I got off of it. At that point, I think I had the omega-3s, and I started that and truly cleaned out I took out all the fats off my diet and switched it all around, and we just redid my blood work, and it's down to 200.
Wow, Belsy, that's fantastic. That's great. Anutra does lower your cholesterol, your glycemic index. I mean, go to my website and you'll learn it all. But it's called the world's healthiest whole food for a reason. Basically because it does all those wonderful things. I couldn't call it the world's healthiest whole food if it wasn't. But Belsy, I know you're from Puerto Rico, and then they're celebrating her birthday. Can you imagine
August
this?
2nd is
August
when
2nd.
he's going to resign.
I just told you she must have something on the president that's resigning on her birthday. Now, what do you have on him?
Hmm?
Do you have anything on him? Why is he resigning on your birthday?
That's the day he picked.
Is it a coincidence?
Yeah.
Look at the smile on her face. I don't think it's a coincidence.
He picked.
She's probably one of the most attractive women to ever leave Puerto Rico. Okay. So I don't know. Well, no. It's just,
I thought, oh my goodness.
Nothing going on there that we should worry about, Belsy?
No.
Just a coincidence.
It was so wonderful. I'm listening to this, and he goes, as of August 2nd, I will be resigning. I'm like, well, happy birthday, Bills.
Yeah. I know most people in Puerto Rico speak English. But say something. Yeah, I know they do. But say something in Spanish for me. And just tell them in Spanish. This is for all the Puerto Rican people, because I'm happy too, because a very, very dear friend of mine, Gilbert Loriano, who's a major owner in this company, Anutra Supergrains, from Puerto Rico. And that man has been an angel. He's a very, very highly intelligent man. He owns a company here in the United States. It's a paint company called SEM. But I think it's SEM. Anyhow, I'll find out, because he's going to be on the show. He's going to give me heck. Could be SCA or SCM. I'll hedge my bet. But it's a paint company, Gilbert Loriano, and he tells me all the time about the things that were going on in Puerto Rico that cause problems for the average person there. But why don't you just talk a little bit in Spanish? I like to hear Spanish.
¿Qué quieres que diga? Viva Puerto Rico, que continúe con su batalla y que no se olviden que hay que seguir luchando para mejorar el futuro de nuestros niños. Yeah.
Greek to me, what'd you say?
They need to continue fighting for a better Puerto Rico, because for our children, the youth, those are the ones those are our future, and they're not getting an education. So
really.
No.
The education's been affected
as well.
I mean, Puerto Rico, if you haven't been there, it's such a beautiful place. And the Puerto Ricans are real smart people, and they eat great. You think they have real spicy foods and stuff like that. They eat great stuff.
So.
But anyhow,
for our youth, yes.
So the educational system's been affected also.
Well, if he's not paying out, the teachers are leaving. They're all here. They've got to go somewhere to get.
Because they can leave. the brightest and best, they're forced to leave because there's no upper mobility.
Doctors are leaving,
Yeah.
and nurses don't get paid in the right way. So
And then they've had some tragedy there with, the terrible hurricanes. They haven't recovered from the last hurricane. Their infrastructure has been so affected. So our thoughts really go out to the Puerto Ricans. Matter of fact,
very proud of them.
pardon?
Very proud of them.
Absolutely, they're great people. We're thinking about a fundraising program for Puerto Rico. We have a 90-day supply of our grain. It's the new patented product that's the world's healthiest thing. It's a small micron size, so when you drink it down with water, it immediately starts to go to work in your system. You don't have to run it through your digestive tract to get the effects of it. So we want to take that exclusive product that we have. We have a program called Get One, Give One. Okay? So I'll do that for Puerto Rico. I'll absolutely do that for Puerto Rico to raise money for them. So that could help them out, not only with money, but to help their kids out, because this product enables, if you take a youngster from the time of birth, okay, that youngster is going to be about 10 to 12% brighter, making healthier cells, smarter, okay, calmer, stronger, and 10 to 12% bigger, taller, stuff like that. That's the importance of this product when a person is growing. Even as an adult, you're going to make healthier, stronger, and smoother cells. When you do that, the phospholipids in your cells, they open up like a bobby pin on both sides, into your blood, into your cell. Because they open up, what happens? Your skin's not so wrinkly, okay? You stand a little bit taller. But if you're a baby, okay, and you do this from birth, you're going to actually be a little bit taller. So you can actually grow even if you're my age, okay, by increasing your phospholipids, because what happens is the phospholipids that make up the structure of cells, when they spread out, and that's what they do, they spread out with the omega-3s, holds more water, okay, more omega-3 and stuff like that. And because of that, your skin is better, you can think better, the syntax in your brain, got about 60 billion of them. And it goes right through the blood-brain barrier. Omega-3 alpha-linoleic acid, essential fatty acids, goes right through the blood-brain barrier and embeds itself, ready for mitosis. So when you're ready to develop a new cell, the arachidonic acid is there, and the omega-3 is there, omega-6 is there, all the amino acids from the epigenetics. It tells the cell to get into mitosis, and bingo, it's ready to go. So these are very, very important things. Very important things.
Yes.
What else should we talk about?
I don't know anything. Food. That's what
My God, we've been talking for 33 minutes. They say attention span is no longer than
Yeah.
32 and a half. So we went over just about 30 seconds. Anyhow, thank you very much, Belsy.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm so proud to have you on our show.
Thank you.
And good luck to you in your other contests.
Endeavors, yes.
Yeah, contests and endeavors. Anyhow, signing off. Thank you. That's it.
I think it's